We are back. The second Top Hot Takes episode.
Hot Takes.
We are still reeling from this weekend. Thanks to everybody that came out this weekend and got involved in our little Holo action. I got to say, NBA Top Shot has been, I don't know, I don't think it's actually quieted down, but because there was so much excitement and hype this weekend, I feel like I'm like chilling now.
Yeah, it does feel like a bit of a lull, but I think that's truly just because they haven't announced the next drop.
That's true.
The Luka Cool Cats Challenge is officially over.
It's officially
the first one.
Yeah, the first one. So we've got like 37 more to get going. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit because somebody on this stream has a Luka now. So, and not to be confused with the other 3,000 people that also have it.
Yeah, and we should talk about that too, the circulation count and how it's continuing to rise a little bit.
Yeah.
But
first and foremost, Greg, how are you feeling after dropping a cool 999 this weekend?
You know what? I feel pretty good. It was very unexpected. I did not think we would get through. Full disclosure, I was one of the ones that skipped the line. Obviously not intentionally. I just clicked buy now and it just pushed me right to Dapper. And honestly, in the Dapper window, I was like, that's a little weird. They're making me authorize the credit card before they put me in line. But okay. And I hit it and then I had the pack. So we saw it all happen in real time on the previous stream. So you can see it.
Have you received
my face?
Yeah, we can see your face. Have you received any death threats?
I have not, but I think that's just because we have 12 followers. I think if we had more, I'd have to move.
Because the Discord is a little bonkers after what happened this weekend. A lot of people are really upset, which you're thinking about it. If anybody should be upset, it's me, because I was one of the few people that actually qualified to get a pack. And some assholes like you, Greg Dunbar, skipped the line. Although it was said you didn't hack it. You were not a bot. There was a bug in the system that has since been supposedly worked out, although we haven't seen any packs drop since then, so who knows.
It was wild. Like, you had a good spot in line too. You were like 1400, which should have guaranteed you a pack. Mine wouldn't work. It wouldn't refresh. And I think it was like 1203 that I finally got in. And I was like, I'll just get in line. I'll be deep in the line, but we'll just see what happens. But nope, just sent me on through.
Did you read what caused it?
Yeah, I heard it was like a cookies from the previous drop.
Yeah, so if you just like hadn't refreshed anything or hadn't cleared your cookies from the night before when you were, staying up all night, although you wouldn't have been staying up all night because you're West Coast. But that's how it happened. So
yeah, that was me. I definitely had all those tabs still open too. So
don't clear those cookies. That's the takeaway. Nope. So what I wanted to take a look at so for those of you that weren't here the last time, Greg got a Tobias Holo. So I'm going to pull up Tobias just so because you didn't sell it, right?
I did not sell it. No.
How close were you to selling it?
Not very, because I felt like if we were going to sell it, we should have sold it immediately after we got it.
Yeah.
Because I say we because Mike and I have decided to split it. It may be the death of our friendship and the show, but for now we're feeling good.
Yeah, absolutely. We pinned you down on the ground and forced you to allow me to share it.
No, not at all. But yeah, I think so. It has gone down a bit. Obviously, the pack itself was $999. We feel good that one moment from that pack is well over that cost, so we feel good about that. But the Tobias has gone down, and if you scroll down, this is something interesting I found. If you scroll down to previous purchases,
I actually do
all the way down.
Oh, I don't think I was aware. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So our friend Haku.
Oh wow,
seems to be scooping up quite a few of these Tobiases.
So he's got like $7,000 in Tobias Harris.
It's more than that. I think he has like 18 or 19 of these.
18 or 19. Wait, I only saw. The list continues to go from there.
Oh, but look, we got a celeb sighting. Jesse Pinkman picked up number 42.
Oh, shout out Jesse Pinkman.
He's got that meth money.
And the top sale was $17.50. It looks like. I still think holding is the right move. I think it's only the fact that it's flattened out here at 1,200 makes me feel good. I think if it was going to continue to crater, I'd be a little more nervous. But knowing that like minimum, the absolute floor right now is 1,200 is pretty good.
Yeah, obviously it was a bit of a bummer in that set of legendaries we could have had that we got an assist from Tobias Harris. That's not part of the challenge at the moment, but it's still legendary and it's out of 99, and that's something that not many people have.
Yeah, it is a bummer in the sense that when you look at what some of the other ones have gone, I would say though most of them are going for around 12 to like 1,500. But then you take a look at Steph Curry, and it's like the lowest ask is 6,600, and that one would have been cooler, right? That one would have been a little bit cooler,
a bit.
But we're happy, right? We're happy with where we're at. And it looked I forget who it was, either the Plunge Father or the First Mint. It looks like the average return on investment for a pack, you're getting like 3,000 back. So that's including like the rare cards in the base series too. So that's a 3x. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all. I think ours might have been a little below the average though, but we did get AD. That's probably the other gen, a rare Anthony Davis jump shot.
Anthony Davis jump shot. We also got the Aaron Gordon, the investor, the Top Shot investor. That's a good one.
AG, if you will. He probably goes by AG. Right?
Yeah, he definitely does. So we got AD, we have AG. I don't remember who the third one was. Who did we get? It was somebody. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't Lou Dortz, but it was something along those lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm good with it. I feel good about it.
It was a good experience, good content. Yeah, we're on the right track.
All right, we'll probably continue to revisit the holographic ones as we move on, as the price goes up and down. But we're feeling good right now. But the thing that I'm really excited about, because we were supposed to do this the first week, this past weekend we were supposed to do this, but then shit got wild. We were refreshing tabs, we were ripping packs. But the name of this program is Top Shot Takes. But Greg, what are we doing now?
We're going to give you some top hot takes, like we know how. Top hot takes.
Takes.
I feel like everyone says this at the top of every single Top Shot podcast or show, as they probably should, but we obviously are not affiliated in any way with Top Shot. We're just two morons who think about it way too much. But because we think about it so much, I personally feel like I have some pretty hot takes where I think the future of this could go. And I'm going to put them out there so that I can retweet it, quote tweet it in a year and say I was right.
I'm ready for them. I'll be full transparency. I don't have a ton of specific hot takes. I feel like your hot takes are going to be about the platform itself. I think mine will end up being more about basketball. But so to allow me to brainstorm a little bit, why don't you kick us off with your first hot take?
No problem. So the one I'm most excited about, which again, I have no proof of thinking this would ever happen, but because it's happened on some other sports digital apps, I feel like my hot take is that Top Shot in the next, let's say a year from now, Series 3, they'll incorporate player autographs onto the moments. Obviously, this would be exclusive to like legendaries or rares, but you get the player to either autograph one, and there you have that digital signature that you plaster across all 99 or 299. Or if they want to do it right, they could have a player come in just like they would a baseball card or basketball card and sign on like the little credit card pad, just sign, 299 times. So each autograph is digital signature, I should say, is unique to the moment you have. So,
first of all, I like that you presented two ideas, and then the first one you were like, this is wrong though. Like you could do it this way, or you could do it the right way.
That's right.
Second, I still think if they're going to come in and sign all of these, they have to do it in like a Best Buy or like a Dick's Sporting Goods or something. Like I don't want to take away that aspect of it where you have to be in a mall. Maybe you don't get a physical thing, but I want that happening in a mall.
That's the proof. That's the verification. You have the photo of them signing the tiny digital keypad.
Last time I lined up for a signature, my younger brother was visiting me in college, and Bronson Arroyo, former Boston Red Sox pitcher, had released a cover album, and we were at Best
turn.
Buy, yeah, getting like Avenged Sevenfold and Fuel and Puddle of Mud. He did a bunch of covers, and my brother definitely. And this was pre braids too. This was pre braids that Arroyo got put in, but we did get that autograph. Nick, is there any did this idea stem from another like company or organization that's doing something similar to this, or were you just like one for one taking sports cards, like what's something valuable about sports cards and then applying it to the digital world?
Both kind of. So from the sports card angle, from what I've seen, and I've recently gotten back into it. I was a collector as a kid. And then, now that I have a little bit more money than I did as a kid, I've been able to buy some things that I never would have been able to afford as a kid. But it seems like
like a $999 holograph pack.
That is honestly probably 150 or 15 times more expensive than anything I've purchased in the sports card world. But it's cool. It's cool. It's digital videos. So it seems like relics, which are like pieces of jerseys and a piece of a football or piece of a cleat. I don't know. I don't even know how deep they go. I've seen crazy things. That and autographs are like the two kind of gems that you would find in a pack outside, whether it's serialized or not. And sometimes they combine them for like an RPA, relic plus auto. Mm-hmm. And feel free to correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, because I truly just kind of making this up. But those two things seem to be like the most valuable gems you can find in packs of physical cards. And the digital card space, there are a ton of like Topps digital apps. I'm sure other companies do it too, but they have anything from there's an MLB app, NHL. There used to be NFL. I think they got the license revoked last year. Cool. FIFA soccer, or maybe not FIFA, but just soccer in general. And then Star Wars, Marvel, like they have a ton. But they bring both into the digital space, which is a little ridiculous because like it's not an actual piece of the jersey,
right?
But they have the image of it, and it does. You still get that same feeling. You're like, what did I just pull from this digital pack? It's like a relic. It's a piece of the jersey, but again, it's not real, so there's not really much value to it in those apps. But the autos, they do the same thing. It's a digital autograph. It's the same. I don't think they individually and uniquely autograph these things, but they get a digital signature and they slap them on these cards that you pull. So that's where I think it's entirely possible and probably will be in the pipeline.
Yeah, and I imagine they would have to do it similar to what they did this weekend, right? Where you get one autographed, a couple rares, and then a base set, right? Like, because I think legally they couldn't slip an autographed one into like a base set series or something. Like it would have to come from a rare pack.
I don't know, because that becomes a little bit more like gambling.
Yeah, I don't understand what the legality thing is, but I got this from the First Mint podcast where they said they'll never put like a rare in a base set series. So I would imagine if they would do something like that, like an autographed version of it, it would have to be done similar. Like instead of getting a holo, you're getting like a rare autographed or whatever. Or I'm sure the holos then become autographed, right? That's probably the way to do it. Make the cosmic, anything that's legendary turns into a potentially autographed one. That's a pretty cool idea. I like that.
Yeah. The legality is interesting because like how would they get away with it in physical sports cards? Because you're still buying with the potential,
Yeah. I truly don't understand. I don't understand that. That's a good one. I think mine's not super hot because this isn't there's been a lot of back and forth and debate about this, right? So Top Shot in the next couple of months is going to be starting to put rookie tags on the cards. So if your moment is when it was their rookie season or whatever, it's the same thing. You're like, oh, I got a rookie card. Same thing, right? So it's a rookie card. I think there's been a lot of discussion about this, about how the market has already corrected itself, in that like people are aware that it's going to be a rookie, so the value has already gone up. So everyone's like, the market's already corrected. I disagree. I think when these shiny new things get put on it, the value is going to go way up, because even though we're aware like, oh, it's rookie, I still think having like the thing on it is going to make people get excited in the same way that the Cool Cats challenge, right? Like, oh, it says Cool Cats on it. So now everyone's freaking out and paying like $1,500 to collect the Cool Cats. I think it's the same thing. So even though people are like, it's already corrected, we know it's a rookie, I still think once they have the little sticker on it that says rookie moment, it's going to go way up.
I think you're totally right. And an example, we opened one of my common packs live on this show last week, and one of the ones we pulled was Jalen Smith, which
and it's going way up too. That price is going to be going way up.
Yeah, is he popping off?
Yeah, like he's just been. I forget where I read this. I actually want to pull it up now, because you had a really good serial number on that, right?
Yeah, let me show everyone the
lowest ask right now for that is $57.
Really? That's even higher than it was earlier today.
Yeah.
So here's what we pulled, 1467. And at the time, and granted, I'm not like, we've talked about this before. I'm a little bit newer to the NBA depth chart for players, but I didn't realize he was a rookie when we pulled it. We were going pretty fast, but this is also his first game, which I looked up today.
So it's first game, first moment, right?
Mm-hmm. And rookie season.
I mean, first season, first moment, which I think now to piggyback on that take, I think that's the same thing, right? So all of those first moments, like the Durant that we pulled a couple weeks ago, that was his first bucket with the Nets. I think when that gets that first moment tag, because that's one of the other tags that it's going to be rookie, first moment, and there's two more I think that are coming too that I'm blanking on.
It's rookie, but it's rookie game or like
rookie debut.
Rookie debut. So that one, Jalen Smith will be rookie debut and rookie season. I think you get a tag,
right?
And first moment,
right? So I think the value in all of those is still going to shoot up. Also, we should preface this by saying, and we kind of said it, we don't know what we're talking about. This is not any sort of financial or investing advice. This is just us like shooting the shit about basketball, make believe. But I really do think any of those tags, any of whatever those 4 tags that are coming out, I think are going to shoot the value up, because it's the same thing anytime new anything comes out. The value goes up right away. It's the same reason when we pulled the Tobias Harris. Originally, it was going for like $4K because it was like new, exciting. Everybody put it out, and then the market corrects a little bit. It's like, all right, chill out. So I do think like all of your rookie stuff will go up.
Yeah.
So that's mine.
I fully agree.
That's mine, and I got to come up with another one, I think, while you have another like fully fleshed idea ready.
I've had like a 2-week head start though. I could save it. I could save it for the next one. No, go for it.
Yeah, let's just do it. We'll do 2.
All right. My other hot take, which again, Shahot take that I have no evidence for whatsoever and completely speculative, is I think it would be cool if eventually they added view counts to each moment. And the reason I say this is because that adds another level of like currency, YouTube currency, to each individual serialized moment.
Oh, there we go. You're back. I think we lost you, or we lost me. We lost one of us.
I'll back it up. So I think I think it would be cool if they added view counts to each moment, and not just each moment, but each serialized moment. And the reason is it adds that level of currency that YouTube videos have, or that views currency that every social platform chases. Not that you want this to become in any way like a social platform and that, but I think it adds a level for a younger generation where they may not be able to afford the Luka, low serial that everyone's chasing, but they could make the Luka, 11,488 serial have the most views, whether that's organically from showing their friends or if they're actually hustling it on Reddit and, saying, check out this specific moment. I don't know. It's something there. I don't think it's totally fleshed out, but
do you think in turn that would raise the value of something, or do you think it would be more just like fun for the collector to be like, holy shit, my Daniel Tice combined, all of my 48 Daniel Tices combined to have 7,000 views?
I think it would be completely up to the community. I think a community where it currently stands would laugh outside of the platform or laugh that person off the platform for thinking that like the highest viewed, just because that stat could be easily manipulated, I think.
Yeah.
But it works on every other platform. Like people are chasing views on most of those is because there's a monetization angle to it. But the cred behind it, like saying I have the most viewed, version of this Luka moment. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
There's
I think
something
that
there.
there is some there. I mean, I think people are obsessed with view counts, and especially as the younger generation continues to get older. I think you're right. I think something like that makes sense, honestly, and it'd be cool for the most valuable ones to see like how many views those things have. So I guess that all depends on how popular it gets too. But I think there's something there with that. I like that.
Yeah, it's probably 999th on the priority list, but
I think I'd be pissed though, right? Like if I had I get it to what's a good example? I'm trying to think. Like if there was something funny about like Luka Doncic is having 77 views because he's number 77 and it's the 77th issued one. I wouldn't want anyone else to see it. Like, don't look at it.
Maybe you can make it private.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I like that. That's like the antithesis of why this was created, but I like that.
Yeah. It's true. Just doesn't play for anyone.
Yeah. All right. I came up with a second one while you were talking, but maybe we can cut that part out and it'll look like I had this one thought out.
Perfect.
So one of the things that I've noticed in like the NBA community, it's really reactionary. So if someone has like 2 bad games in a row, everyone freaks the fuck out. There's an article on ESPN. It's talked about on like 7 podcasts. I think we're going to see like certain players who are struggling this year, their value dip a little bit. And one of them being, and the reason I think this is a hot take is because it was like the most sought after card outside of LeBron this year was Ja Morant. And there was like some really expensive purchases over Ja. And Ja has struggled a little bit. He got hurt. And then when he's come back, he hasn't looked right. And you're already seeing it. Like people are writing stuff up like, oh, he doesn't look like he has the same hunger. Here, like it looks like he lost a step. And the dude, it's like his second year. So who knows, but it does. I would see, I think there, and that's a bigger example, but I think there's opportunities to jump on people's reactions to things like this. So if someone has like 2 bad weeks, but you believe in like the pedigree of the player, I think there are going to be chances to be like, if someone spent a lot of money on Ja and then Ja starts sucking and they're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. I shouldn't have committed all that money to Ja. I should recoup what I can now. And I think that's such a reactionary take and that there'll be ways to scoop up value from those dudes. I think it probably only happens on like the higher end guys where more money was spent. I don't know if that happens as frequently with the lower end guys because there's lower risk, but
I think you're totally right. And I think that all comes back to how some people are treating the market right now or treating the experience right now. They're just buying to flip.
Yeah.
And they think they can flip it in, 2 days and it's going to double in value, which some have, which is crazy. Yeah. But that's not going to be the case. These are such like the way I see it, these are such like a long-term investment. You're investing in the platform and the player. So yeah, the ups, I think people should use that to their advantage. And when they see a player struggling that still has promise, gobble that shit up.
Yeah. And anybody that's struggling and then rookies, that's the takeaway from this. Just swoop those dudes up. Cause it does feel that it feels like there's an edge there.
Totally. I think like the LeBron is a good example. That LeBron 3, like that has dropped. When I bought one, I'm embarrassed to admit I bought it for way more than I probably should have. And it's since gone down to, it's bubbling around 105, 110 bucks.
Yeah.
And granted, it's still CC, it's still 15K. It could be minted much more, but I just think like you're crazy to think that LeBron is ever going to get any lower than that.
Yeah, no way.
This early, even though it's his like 10th or 11th moment in the entire set, like it's an iconic shot. It's an iconic moment. It's I think if this becomes what we want it to, that one is going to do well. So I picked up another one at 99 bucks.
How many LeBrons do you own right now?
Just 2. And it's just that same one twice.
Yeah, I think I have that one as well. I think around 100. I think I got it around 100.
No, that's awesome. That's a steal in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's only going to go up. The same thing happened with the base series too, where everyone was like, "Oh," and I probably sold it too low. I think I sold it for like 300, and I probably sold it too low. I feel like that has continued to go up. And you're right, it is such long term. I think there are a lot of people similar to what's been happening in the stock market lately. I think everyone is expecting to get like a 200% return in 24 hours. And that's unrealistic. And it's cool that Top Shot is blowing up in the way it is. But to expect, you're like, well, I spent $100, so I imagine this will be 4,000 by tomorrow. It's just like, that's an unrealistic expectation.
I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm so guilty of it. Like, I've seen some players I bought have dropped by $1, and I'm like, well, I messed that one up.
Yeah.
But
listen, I bought a Taco Fall for like $70. That is probably going for 12 right now. So I am as guilty. But hey, Taco Tuesday, as we
believe
said.
in Taco. Believe in Taco will only rise.
Tuesday.
I've pulled a Taco from my last 2 packs, both of which we have captured.
Yeah.
I will never react more than I react to Taco.
Yeah. I think I got one in that same. I think we both got a Taco in that moment. So yeah, I'm glad I spent the $70. But no, I do think there's gonna be like real edge in just paying attention to who's struggling and taking advantage of those dudes. Yeah. Because I do. You're seeing the Ja Morant stuff already.
Gotta be a better way to say that.
What
oh, you cut out.
What did I say though? What was the thing that you were like, there's gonna be a better way?
Find the dudes that are struggling and figure out a way to take advantage of them.
Yeah, dude, take advantage of those dudes that are hurting, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me. All right. Do you have any more hot takes? You probably have like 35.
I do, but I don't want to blow them all in one sitting.
Do you want to do one more? You want to close this with one more?
No, they're not fleshed out enough.
Yeah.
And I feel like I started too strong with the autos, and then I brought it to the views, which is like not a great idea.
Yeah. No, the views are good. The auto's a great idea though. Dapper actually just emailed us. They're going to use that.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And they want you to sign the first one.
Oh, perfect. Work on my digital signature.
All right.
They can take it from the credit card that I've put too much money on.
One of the things we wanted to do today, you've been pretty active. I shouldn't say active. I don't know how much you've been posting on the Discord, but you've been an active. I'm
a lurker.
Yeah, you're a lurker. You're an active consumer in the Discord, and you've seen some. There's been a lot of like newsworthy things happening in there. Pretty much ever since the Holo drop, they've been doing a lot of office hours and stuff. So we were going to just cover a couple of like the main things or the main takeaways from what you've seen the last couple of days.
Yeah, and this actually well, first of all, the reason I'm a lurker, I have to say, is that I feel like it's too funny. People are too good. They're too hilarious. Yeah. The memes that pop up, people are People are like making up their collections, photoshopping their collections. Memes Other people are finding incredible deals that I get super jealous about. I will eventually contribute, but for now, I just don't feel like I'm worthy yet. But
we just lurk.
But it is a mountain of entertainment. It's so much fun. And you learn a lot too. Like half the things that spark what we talk about, I just read in the Discord too. So yeah. But last night, I'm not sure if this was office hours or not. I know that the Dapper team has started setting up office hours. And I do want to say, like, I have been and I've never been this early in a beta or anything, but I've been pretty impressed with how open they've been and just how upfront they've been, despite like some of the errors and some of the things that have happened. They've either apologized or explicitly told people what the problem was, like that that nugget of cookies knowledge. Like, what other company would have been like, this is exactly why that happened?
Most companies would have blamed the consumer. Most companies would have been like, there was something you did incorrectly, and that's why you didn't get it. And yeah, they have been very forthcoming.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm bidding on a baseball card because I just can't get enough.
Hey, G, we don't talk about baseball.
Sorry. Sorry.
Wait, what card are you bidding on?
The Jaron Duran. It's a threat. He's a Red Sox prospect, baby.
Oh, that's for another conversation. I'm still very upset at the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of years. Did I think I won it. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry. Back to basketball. Anyway, so Roham was in the chat last night. I think he's the CEO of Dapper.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if this was office hours or just an unscheduled Q&A, but he's dropping some crazy knowledge and like addressing things that I think other companies wouldn't, and just is very transparent with the audience. So some of the fun things that I saw, let's see. And I'm just like scrolling through, so I'm going to have to find stuff.
There's not too many people watching right now, so I'm not concerned about some downtime.
How many are there? 0, right?
0 right now.
No, perfect. This is great. We can cut it up and make it snackable. Let's see.
Not even Kelsey's watching.
It's a bad sign.
No, that's probably good, but a good sign for our relationship.
So here's something. Someone asked, does the NBA have any involvement in the process? And Roham said they pick and send all the videos.
Really?
Yeah. So the moments that we see are fully curated by the NBA.
That's so interesting. I would not have guessed that. I mean, although now thinking about it, it makes a ton of sense. Like if they want full say in what things they're putting out there, I guess that does make sense. But I would not have guessed that.
Here's another one. Someone asked, will you need all the cool cats for the LaMelo or just the challenge rewards, just like Luka, not Collins, Booker, Harris, etc.? And Roham said, I don't know. I'm siloed from editorial decisions. So
wow,
don't be tweeting Roham your complaints about which cards are where or moments are where.
Did you see what they're doing with that though? They're with the CryptoKitties thing.
Yeah, how you'll need a CryptoKitties. But he actually, so in this chat, he does clarify a bit. Like he said that there will most likely be plenty on the market, something like that. There'll be plenty in the marketplace for people that don't necessarily have a CryptoKitties account.
Yeah, because it's a small number of CryptoKitty people, I believe, and I think, excuse me, I do. The point was made. I think this was on. I read this on Twitter or it was the First Min podcast, which everyone should check out. But the whole idea of like Dapper being very good to people who were in on things early. And I don't know if that's supposed to just like make you feel better for not getting I think it's the Karl Anthony Towns cool cat. But it's to make you feel better for
well-timed cool cat.
Well-timed cat.
Speaking of cool cats.
That's great. Introduce the cat. Who we got here?
This is her real name is Lulu, but today we're gonna call her Luka.
Well done, Greg.
She's a cool cat reward.
Cool cat reward. You get a physical cat after purchasing a digital card.
She is about 5 seconds away from smacking me in the face.
Yeah, she looks like she's ready to hit.
So I'm gonna let her go.
Yeah, let her go. She's like, good, get me the fuck out of here.
All right, great.
You nerds. But it does. So it seems like they're all gonna get a Karl Anthony Towns. But the idea of them rewarding early adopters, and it is kind of funny. Because I've been in it for like a little over a month now, and you're probably right around a month, right?
Oh, I'm 2 weeks, 2 weeks in a day.
Is it really only that? Wow, it feels like it was longer.
I mean, it's more money than I'm spent on something in 2 weeks than.
Yeah, well, that's because you haven't taken improv classes, baby. But I think it is fun. You do have to remind yourself, and the moment this weekend of the pack drop going sideways is a reminder of how new they are, and they remind you all the time. They're like, we're still in beta. But as someone who is not a nerd and not in a lot of digital crypto type things, I don't like. This is my first experience in something that's beta, so it's been kind of a learning experience for me too, being like, okay, we are still super new to this. So even though we've seen so much growth in the last 3 or 4 weeks, we're still like, at a hill, not a peak,
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point. Someone, another question that came up last night, they said, with how popular things have gotten in the past months, what do you think is the hardest challenge you'll face in the future? And he said, really good question. I think we'll get current issues under control and get ready to 100x. But doing another 100x on top will require us to scale the team to a pretty significant size, and maintaining culture and creativity as the company grows is very important.
Wow.
I think that's a phenomenal answer. Like he's like, not only are we going to 100x whatever the situation is now, and again, I don't I don't really know what that means entirely, but it sounds cool. But also like knowing that the culture and creativity of the company is important. And that's where like a lot of these things are coming from.
Yeah.
I think that's a great moment.
I think they really do have to figure out the pack drop stuff soon, though. I can see that being an irritant that moves people away, and it is impossible for them to grow without figuring that out. Because if they haven't, they've got like a captive audience right now, a bubble, if you will, and if they need to figure out that process, and it seems like they were close. Like the last couple base set drops that they've done were way more efficient and transparent. So it was kind of alarming for them to have such a much smaller number on Saturday and fuck that up as aggressively as they did. So I think they really will need to figure that out soon, because I know friends too who haven't gotten a pack in a while. And I can't believe this is a phrase being thrown around, but have had pack fatigue.
A little PF.
A little PF.
Yeah.
With just being being excited about something, but being unable to accumulate anything. You're just kind of like, well, what am I doing? So I do think they need to figure that out.
It's also the time spent. Like if you look back and you're like, I sat in this fake line for, that's the people, and at least it happened quickly on Saturday, but the Friday night one where it was obviously testing, hours of waiting, and I think most people got one in that scenario, but imagine if you didn't and you were there waiting to go to bed or whatever, because it wasn't early.
It was not early. I can confirm that as I laid in bed. I wonder though. I know they're doing the second round of the Cool Cats soon. We'll talk about the Luka in a second. It makes me think they got to start doing some pack drops in the next week just to iron that out, right?
I would imagine, yeah. I mean, that's the bread and butter, and I always forget that like every pack drop, Common, they're making a cool 200K in the matter of an hour. And not to mention the Holo, which was a cool 2.3 million. 2.6 million. Yeah.
Or 2.3. You're probably right. With the fucking fee, it was probably 2.6 million.
It's true. Yeah. That cool $52 fee.
That has to just be straight revenue, right? At that point. I mean, I know they're paying to update servers and employees and staff or whatever, but that's so much money for, I don't know what they were doing for production costs at that point, because
that is what like 20, let's see, 52, I'm doing this in my head, I'm not looking at a calculator, times how much you say, 36 we'll say, that's $137,000 in fees,
just fucking fees.
Yeah, that's insane. But that makes me wonder, like, with each moment sold or each pack sold, how much is going to the NBA? Is any going to the actual player, which would honestly be a great incentive across the board for them to promote it or like buy their own moments, Yeah. And how much is going to
the players?
No. Well, I guess it would probably be the same as like a trading card,
right?
Which I don't.
So maybe it's like baked into their whatever the union agreement is,
or it goes to the Players Association.
Right. Wow.
Interesting. I'll give you two more nuggets from the Discord. There's a ton in here, and I would like, this is still so new that no news organization like batched it all up and put it out. Because I feel like I'd click on that and you get a recap, but I'm not going to do it. I'm too lazy. Someone said there have been, this isn't even what I meant to do, but there have been so many great moments from the season. Will there be any user voting to determine future moments? And he said 100%, just trying to figure out how. We'll try a bunch of those experiments once we turn growth back on. And he dives a little more into what growth means, what he means by growth. But the spark notes of it is that they're a couple weeks away from turning growth back on, meaning trying to generate more or get more users. And what I thought was interesting is he mentioned, to paraphrase, he said that growth for them isn't traditional advertising yet. It's not like throwing a commercial on a game during a game or a billboard. It's truly working with influencers and working with targeting sports card collectors.
We're right here. Did I mute myself?
No, you're good.
Oh, you just didn't react at all? Jesus Christ, Greg. Where's the yes and there?
I didn't know what was happening. I was in my zone.
I was saying I zoomed in and I said, we're right here. as the influencers. Sign us up.
Oh, yeah, of course.
God, Greg, you just left me with my pants down. That hurt.
It'll never happen again.
Luckily, 0 people saw that.
Yeah, we'll cut that right out. I'm going to lead with that actually when I edit this. Anyway, two more. And these are the 2 that I tweeted, so you could have saw first on Twitter. Any chance for a watch list for cards we're interested in, or a filter for cards that are owned or unowned? And wishful thinking, a feature for placing bids on cards that execute when the price drops.
Ooh.
All 3 are things I didn't know I needed until I read them.
Yeah. Especially that last one. What did they say?
Roham said 1,000% on all 3, but will take time to get that into priority.
Okay. So that's a ways away.
Yeah. So
that's interesting, though. I like that. Although the player watch thing is great because I mean, I would say once a day, plug in Peyton Pritchard's name to see if he's in the marketplace yet. And he's not.
He's that like phenomenal rookie, right? That
he's not good, but he's a white guy in Boston, so we all overreact. I'm sure
dude.
I'm sure there's gonna be some Proud Boys just like emptying the banks trying to get a white Celtic. You can cut that part out for the cutouts, but I stand by it. And we said that, and then all of a sudden viewers appeared.
Oh, they're proud. The last one, which I got most hyped about, is someone said, any idea if we'll see an NFL Moments on the platform, or an NFL Moments platform like Top Shot? With 2 question marks. I would have put 6. And Roham replied with the 100 emoji.
Wow. I would imagine NFL licensing is way harder than NBA licensing. That would be my guess. I also think those moments are harder to sell only because you don't see faces. I know that's such a stupid take, but I just think the NBA is a little bit more accessible because, one, they're encouraged to say things where the NFL you're not. So there's just more personality around NBA players, but we're physically seeing more of them than we are NFL players. Like, Tom Brady, the GOAT, sure, won a bunch of Super Bowls. There's not many there's not a lot of charisma around Brady, I don't think, outside of like making out with his kids. But like Gronk, on the other hand, I think the Gronk one is pretty good.
Yeah, I think they can make it work. But to your point, like the moments would be few and far between. Not to mention so many fewer games,
right?
But like, oh, here's a Leonard Fournette 6-yard run. Like,
yeah, exactly, right? They would have to be playoff moments or like 3 moments a year outside of that. Because sorry, go ahead.
No, I just think one way it could work though is if you incorporate the fantasy element to it.
Right. I was just going to say, sorry, you were going to keep
going. No, go ahead.
No, I just think more often than not in football, especially considering the fantasy element of it, rarely is it one specific play. It's just like, wow, Derrick Henry rushed 22 times for 212 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like the what's the word? What's not completion? Yeah, right, is what makes it, outside of like a couple Odell Beckham Jr. catches. But yeah, that'll be interesting. But football has like a much bigger and wider fan base and broader fan base. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, they could get creative too. There's no way to say that this is the only way to do it. It's like moment cards. Someone also asked about longer moments. Can you make the moments longer? And they were like, yeah, we're working on it.
Oh, give me a 6-hour moment, dude. Give me
I own the whole game.
Yeah.
I own the March 13th game against the Heat.
I paid $272 million for the 1981 Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
And it's a 1-of-1, so if you want to replay it without you need my express written consent.
You can't find this on YouTube. You can't find this on NBA TV. I own the game.
There's something there. Let's launch that platform before they can.
I love that. You want to buy a game? We'll call it GameStop.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Oh man, I keep getting this bad Wi-Fi signal while my Wi-Fi is popping. So I don't understand why that's doing that. So I apologize if it's a little spotty right now.
Listen, it very well could be me. And about 20 minutes ago, I discovered why. It's because I had about 19 tabs open with moments playing. So 19 videos were simultaneously playing.
You're trying to get ahead.
All of which had been playing all day as I zoomed for work things. So
you're trying to get ahead of the curve with the view count.
Apparently, I'm just bad at closing tabs.
All your Daniel Tices.
Yep.
All right, ready? The last thing we want to talk about, right? That was it for the Discord.
Yeah, there's plenty more. I go back and check it out, and they're going to do more of these. The Spark Notes is that the CEO had an answer to every question, and it all was like, yeah, we're working on that. It's pretty exciting.
That is pretty cool. All right, let's go. We're going to go to my completed challenges, I believe. Yeah, so let's share the screen. So I was one of the 3,000 or so that completed the Cool Cats challenge. As you can see over here, we collected
green bar.
Green bar, boom.
So satisfying.
Complete, baby. As you can see, these were some of the base moments, right? The Ben Simmons, DeAndre Ayton. And as Greg said earlier, too, it sounds like moving forward with the Master Challenge, which is getting really close to some Cult Pyramid Scheme stuff. But the Master Challenge will not include these base moments, we don't think. It will include only the Cool Cats moments. So here are the Cool Cats moments right here. John Collins, we get the Tobias Harris, we get the Devin Booker, we get the Derek Jones, and the Rui. And because we completed that, we get the Luka. Now, similar to the Tobias Harris bullshit, it's an assist, which is like a lot less exciting. And I think because 3,000 or so people completed it, the value wasn't nearly as high as, you know, everybody who was trying to complete it were hoping for it to be. And as you can see, like, let's look at the marketplace. So it's the lowest asking price is 820, right? Which, you know, isn't terrible for, you know, it's not a rare, right? It's just a normal moment. But when you think about what it would cost to complete the challenge, right? So if you didn't get 2 or 3 Cool Cats packs, that means you were buying a Derek Jones Jr., you were buying a Rui Hachimura. Those, you know, you're spending somewhere between 500 and $1,000. And if you were buying all of them with no packs, you're spending like $1,300 to $1,400. So for this to be going at 820, it's kind of a bummer, right? It's a little bit lower than I think people were hoping for. The good news is, you know, I initially, once I got it, I was like, let's sell this thing for $5,000. Let's see what fish purchases this.
And I did. And then I made him refund me.
But the good news is, because the Master Challenge, you need to also continue to collect these bad boys. So I would need the Luka in order to do this. And the Master Challenge is a LaMelo ball, which would have a challenge. It would be a rookie. It might be a first moment. So there's a lot of stuff going with the LaMelo that makes it exciting. And the other thing is, it looks like the second round or the second leg of the Cool Cats Challenge is going to start soon. And it's supposed to be an Anthony Davis is the one that we're going to be collecting. So what's nice is that they're real players that we're going after, right? Like that it's not a Rui Hachimura, sorry, Rui, but it's not a Rui. We're getting like an Anthony Davis Hall of Fame type player. So, but I'll be curious to see how many people, after collecting the Cool Cats and then realizing that Luka is only worth $800, what do you do now? Do you continue to complete the challenge, or do you just sell them all?
Have they announced how many legs of the challenge there'll be?
I think it's 4. There's either 4 more or 4 total. I can't remember. I think it's 4 total. So I think there's 3 more.
Wow. Should we make a guess right now of what the final count of the LaMelo will be?
Like like the mint count, how many there's going to be?
Yeah, because that's the final, right? So
max it can't, right? So how many Lucas are there? What did we say? 3,100 or something like that? Because mine is.
Scroll down. It should say if you scroll down. Oh, it's still, but there's still go up 3,461.
Yeah,
but it looks like they're still minting a couple.
Maybe yeah, but I think at this point it will be under 3,500. I think.
Yeah, but so use 3,500 as a base.
I would say probably under 1,000, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Because it's going to get expensive.
Yeah. But there's some people that probably feel like, well, I'm in this far.
Yeah.
You know?
As someone who didn't complete the challenge, do you now feel like, oh, maybe I should try to scoop some of those out? Like, let's go to the marketplace and just search cool cats and see what's out there. Like, see, the price of these have dropped considerably. Like, Derek Jones Jr. was going for $280. Rui was going for $270. Booker was going for like $400 at one point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, there's their boy Tobias. Oh, it's a dunk. Wow. Could have used a dunk.
Could have used the dunk.
Legendary. Not an assist. That's all right.
But like, do you have any interest in it at that point?
I don't at all. But I think that's just my personal preference as a collector, which I think also is what makes this platform so exciting. Like,
right.
I've never been one to like really, and this comes from these Topps digital trading apps. Like, they do the same thing. They call them awards. Mm-hmm. You collect the whole set, you get an award card. I've just never really given a shit about the award card. You know, like it just feels like so much work. And, and of course I love completing a set, but I'd rather chase certain things, sure. or, you know, we could talk for hours about our separate strategies, but, I don't think either of them are wrong. And that's what I love about the platform is like people just collect for different reasons and get pleasure out of different like styles of snagging things up.
Yeah. I will say, I think if the Luka was right. So say the Luka drops to like 400 and then you could catch up by spending $800 or whatever total, then it's a little bit more enticing. Cause then you're like right back in it. But the fact that it's like, okay, you'd have to spend 5 plus the 8, it's $1,300 just to catch up. That is definitely not worth it. Like the only reason I'm interested in continuing to pursue it is because I have the Luka right now. And if I get off to a slow start in the second leg, you bet your ass I'm unloading these things.
Yeah. But I mean, I will say that's a good point. Cause I came into it in the middle of the Cool Cats madness and I assumed I was just too late already.
Yeah.
And the costs were so high and I was still learning the platform. So had I found 2 or 3 Cool Cats in packs and only was like $75 into the game, yeah, then I probably would have pursued the rest. So yeah, I think it's totally just based on where people are at too.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I completed it because I had gotten I drafted like 2 or 3 or opened 2 or 3 Devin Bookers, so that way
drafted. I like that.
Yeah, I drafted them. So
that should be an expression they use.
They drafted, or I like rip too. I rip Devin Booker.
Yeah.
But because I got him, I was able to sell that off to pay for the other ones. Yeah, and then there's the whole thing where you can rent cards from people too, which is a little shadier until they figure out like a safer way to do that. But that's another thing, right? Where you could do it on the cheap.
I can't imagine they would ever really back that style of renting. But I also can't imagine going through that stress of finding that many people that I fully trust. And then what do you put up for collateral? Like if they just bounce on you.
Yeah. Here's a picture of my dick.
Yeah. Send me a picture of your dick. I'll send you the card. I don't know.
That's pretty funny for collateral. I am patting myself on the back for that. I'm realizing that as I said it out loud.
So you got cards for rent? Mike just put his whole collection up for
my package.
Yep.
Oh man. All right. Anything else? Did we miss anything?
No, I think. One last thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
Which, we did like 4 pack openings last week. I've been thinking about it. I feel like some of these common packs 4 years from now are going to be worth more as unopened common packs than they are as whatever moments you pull from them.
I think I mean, if you're betting on the company, right? If you're betting on this, if you're bullish on Top Shot, then I do think it makes sense to I mean, think about it now. Like you'd buy an unopened pack or unopened box right now.
Yeah. With the the series that contains something wild, like a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. Sorry, bring it back.
Yeah. No, I love Ken Griffey Jr.
That series, an unopened pack from that series is like way more than the year after, the year before from the same set, just because of the potential.
Right.
So I don't know. I might hold on to a few for a couple of years and just see. It's going to burn a hole in my account. I'm going to want to open it every night.
I think
get drunk.
The next time they do packs, we do a pack opening show. Instead of you opening them, we'll just we'll look at them.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We'll look at your closed packs, pack closing.
Yeah. Just admire the pack. It shakes a little. It looks like a condom.
Yeah, it does look like a condom. I think you were the one that brought that to my attention.
Oh, that's been all over the Discord. People are photoshopping that.
Also, she's not watching right now because nobody is. But shout out to Macy Joe Schwartz, who was permanently was it shadow banned? I don't know what the official term is from the Discord, but jokes went too far for Macy in the Discord, so she was muted. I think that was the word.
Oh no.
She's back though. She's back.
Oh, good. I was about to start a petition.
Yeah, to get her back. Our first job as NBA Top Shot influencers is to get Macy back in the Discord. You should have saved that was a Top Shot take. We should have had that in the Top Shot take segment.
Good thing we got no viewers. I'll just bring it up next week.
just cut it in. Oh yeah, that's true. Just bring it up again.
Yeah.
That's good. I think that's it. It was funny. We were like a few minutes into this, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna move right through. This won't go an hour." And then here we are, 57 minutes in.
Wow,
we did it. We could talk about this shit forever.
Seriously,
it's embarrassing.
My fiance gets home in 48 hours, so we're gonna see how that goes.
Yeah, well,
my new lifestyle.
And then she can FaceTime with Kelsey during this.
Perfect.
I'm sure they'd both be thrilled. I mean, they'd be thrilled to FaceTime, but not because of not the reasoning why.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Go ahead. What were you say?
No, that's it. I feel good.
That's it. I guess we'll try to do this weekly, but I also think we should continue to, this is more just a conversation between you and I right now, but to continue to do this like around drops, pack drops. That was like a lot of fun doing it around the Holo drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I've never felt more like an expert in something that I'm definitely not an expert in.
Yeah.
In my life. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's right. You just false confidence. Take it to the bank.
Yep.
Take it to the NBA moment bank. For Top Shot takes, I'm Mike.
I'm Dunbar.
And we'll be back next week.
Yes.
With some more